All right, let's talk about IndyCar. The Grand Prix of Monterey around Laguna Seca, California was on this weekend. What were the 5 things that we learned from this weekend's race? Let's dive in. Let's have a look. So it seemed like it was going to be a real race of attrition in the early stages. A lot of crashes, 2 big crashes on the opening lap, in fact. We had Connor Daly and Robert Schwartzman going close to each other and spinning out early on that first lap. And then also, just literally a couple corners later, we also had Kiffin Simpson flying up into the air and collecting Felix Rosenqvist, both of them out as a result. We also had Jacob Abel. He looked like he retired because of either a brake issue or more likely a stuck throttle. And on top of that as well, Rinus VK, someone who came close to taking the victory last time out, he was out as well after about 25 laps or so. I think it was contact with Kyle Kirkwood. Basically, I think he had a puncture, and then Kirkwood unfortunately punted into the back of him once again and sent him out. Kirkwood with a pretty awful day overall, unfortunately for him, but at least he managed to finish the race. But yeah, second thing we learned, Nolan Siegel, mixed day for him. He managed to lead his first laps in his IndyCar career, did an alternate strategy, basically stayed out on everybody else, pitted through a caution period and held on ahead of Alex Palou as a result. However, unfortunately, it wasn't a particularly great day for him. He managed to make a spin around the corkscrew, just basically went too fast going into the side of Lyle Foster, unless I'm very much mistaken. And unfortunately, yeah, Siegel, committed. We did see some passes through this corkscrew, which I will get onto here as well, guys, for you. But yeah, unfortunately for him, that was not one of them. A pretty poor day in the end for him, but he manages to tick off a personal goal, a personal milestone, his first ever laps led in the IndyCar Series. Third thing that we learned is that Colton Herta was on a mission today. He was looking really, really racy, and he was putting in some good moves as well, not least on Scott Dixon, who was a bit of a cork in the bottle at times, trying to stop the other drivers from getting close to his team. I'm sure Dixon was doing his best, not that Palou really needs much help at all, but he was helping out his teammate, even if it was inadvertently. But the best overtakes has to go to Christian Lundgaard. Unbelievable moves, putting one through the corkscrew on none other than Colton Herta, and then also going into the final corner on Scott Dixon, I believe it was. An unbelievable dive bomb move, perfectly under control though. Fantastic for the American to be able to do that. He managed to get himself a podium as well. His best finish in quite some time. His best finish in Detroit, according to my results sheet here. So yeah, fair play to him in that regard. But the closest challenger in the end in the championship still is Pato O'Ward. How did he get on today? Well, not the best day from overall. He looked pretty competitive at times, but he ended up in 4th place. Not the worst day, not the best day either. Not the best day, especially since the fact that Palou managed to win again. He managed to win an 8th time so far in 2025. The guy is absolutely on fire. He had a poor time by his standards in Toronto, his worst finish of the season if you don't count Detroit, which, he was absolutely miles off in the end in Detroit. Let's be real here, guys. But yeah, incredible stuff, guys. Another win for him. I've said he's been champion-elect ever since like the 4th, 5th round of the season, really. Very, very, very ominous, even from literally the first race of the campaign. So yeah, he's looking like he's absolutely on fire at the moment. We head to Portland next. And yeah, I'll be surprised if he doesn't wrap up the championship literally in the coming 2 rounds. He's got an advantage of over 100 points, 121 points now ahead of Pato O'Ward. O'Ward absolutely clear. I think O'Ward is literally the only guy that can stop Palou winning the championship at this point. I don't think that Scott Dixon can catch him at this point, even if he picks up maximum points and Palou does not pick up any points for the remainder of the season. He could literally stop right now. He'd still win the championship. He's got enough points, I reckon. But yeah, your thoughts on this weekend's IndyCar race in the comments below, guys. I appreciate what you always want to say about this one. Get your thoughts, as always, about the Laguna Seca round of the championship. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of this, and have a great day around the world today, guys. We'll see you very soon.